I moved to Lindenhurst 44 years ago. Been in Lindenhurst ever since. I've loved this community. It's a waterfront community. This storm that we've just gone through is by far the worst storm that any of us have ever been experienced on the South Shore. It's devastated the community tremendously. But it's pretty impressive how the community is pulled together with the villages and the towns and the support from the people, the fire department, the local people, the people that are volunteering. I mean, it is unbelievable. People that have had tremendous devastations to themselves are still out helping other people. So this community should really be commended on how well they've responded to this.
We've had a lot of big storms. We've had storms where we haven't had electric or gas for weeks. But the water never came high enough to go in the house. And I think that was an assumption that I made after 40 years, that the water would never be in my house, which is not true. This is a very special community. We all stick together. You always know you could run to a neighbor's house for help. Yet, you know, you have an ability to live a very peaceful life here.
We've learned a real hard lesson at this time. And being a waterfront community, we've kind of relied on past history to prepare us for these things, but nothing could have prepared us for this situation that has happened at this time. So this is probably a huge wake-up call for us, and we have to realize that the way that we've done things in the past are not adequate to protect us for the future. So what we should be probably looking at, and I'm sure the government agencies and the towns and the villages will help us prepare for this and give us a new standard of how we should approach the construction by the water and how we build by the water and how we prepare ourselves for these type of emergencies and situations.
It's very unfortunate. A lot of people in this community, even a couple doors down, had lost their whole homes, the backs of their houses, weren't prepared for the wave action, just couldn't take it. And it's pretty devastating. My neighbors and we're all very close. It's a very close community. And to watch their kids go without their favorite toys.
The houses that were raised survived. The man across the street, he raised his house up and he got no water. So the others, you just keep doing work year after year and cleaning it up, and then especially the ones on the water across the street, and the water comes back through. But raising a house is very costly.
Hurricane Irene had put 8 to 10 inches of water through my entire house. Destroyed my kitchen, my bathrooms, took my kids' toys, my clothes, and made a mess. And I vowed that I would never go through another flood again. So I took it upon myself to scratch together every resource I had to get my house up into the air out of the flood level.
What inspired me the most in terms of the situation is that many people young people have these leadership skills. Erik, right across the street, I couldn't believe how he rallied people in terms of working in the community and stuff like that. And why sacrifice a community like that? I only hope that these young people don't get discouraged.
I really firmly believe and feel much better about my decision now that I was able to keep my house, my belongings, my family, and my home safe and secure through the storm. Has made me able to help out other community members with their rebuilds, their cleanups, you know, moral support. I know for a fact that you are able to build on this coastline and get your house up to a safe elevation. It's entirely possible that we can rebuild our neighborhoods, build up our houses, you know, and stay intact after a storm like this, you know, without all this tragedy and loss.
I mean, yes, we were all warned, and we were all forewarned that this was going to be quite an unusual storm, but it turned out to be far more devastating than we actually anticipated it to be. So thank God we're alive, we're well, we're all understanding that we were very fortunate, and we know we can put this community back together again.
The community is important, and I've lived in this community 40 years. I'm not moving. You know, and I think that we can survive.